The C. Jane Go TV podcast, episode 5. It's Jane.
And it's JV.
And
we're
welcome back to the podcast.
Yes, podcast episode number 5.
Cinco.
It's flying by. It's going quick. We're going to be up episode 10 soon, and then 20, and then 100.
Do you know what's going to happen for episode 10?
What? Oh, we're going to have a baby by then.
We're going to have a baby.
What? That's crazy.
I know. We're not going to make double digits, I think.
No?
No.
The baby will be here before. You know what's going to be difficult? When she's around and she starts crying, like in the middle of a video.
Yeah.
We have to get up and go.
Pause the video?
I don't know. Those are the things we're going to have to figure out because...
We have not thought about this.
Yeah, when she's crying...
What happens?
We have to get up, stop, like pause it. I can edit that. We can edit around that stuff.
But people are going to be wondering why our videos have changed. Like, why... You guys changed, or you guys did this. Yeah, because we had to stop the video halfway through.
Yeah. No, it'll be...
I'm sure they'd understand.
It won't be noticeable at all. The way I'll edit it, it'll just be like a... And then, like, they won't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes that happens. The package comes to the door.
It's true.
Let's go get it and come back, and it just looks like nothing.
Yeah. Okay, you win.
You know, something interesting is happening with this podcast. Like...
What's happening?
Our friends, like our close friends, my close friend, your best friend.
Yeah.
They're getting to know us better, and like they're getting to know me because in real life,
I dominate the conversation.
Yeah, and in real life I don't talk. So,
no.
In like your friend, your best friend Peta said.
Yeah.
Shout outs
to Peta.
Yeah, shout outs to Peta. Hashtag. At Peta. I don't know her.
She's gonna start her own podcast.
I don't know her.
Tea with P.
I was gonna shout out her Instagram. I don't know her Instagram. don't look her up. Peta something. But,
you know, in elementary school, it was like her email was Vibrant Thing.
Oh my! That song was awesome though.
Yeah, you're such a vibrant thing.
Yeah.
She's like, I brought that up one time, and she's like, "How do you remember those things?"
That song was dope.
She was like horrified. It's like your email address is
my email
still
is
the same.
Don't send me email address. But yeah, it's horrible. It's like one of those you had in like grade 9 that just never changed.
Oh, I think it was before grade 9.
Yeah, something
but
like
it's
that.
so funny. Every time we're out publicly and they ask, they're like, "Oh, what's your email address?" And he like puts his head down. And then I start to say it.
It's again an old hip hop song. Just like Peta's, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's it's an old.
But
old
she made like a proper email after.
Yeah, I got it. You made one for me, but I just haven't gotten to it. Terrible.
Well, mine was superwomen _ 10.
Like,
yeah, because there was no MANs left, so I went with MEN. And then I just because like I couldn't have a singular.
Yeah.
Yeah, but God, I don't even remember at what. Like I don't know what it was at. You know.
Hotmail. Mine is Hotmail.
Maybe.
Hotmail was big back then. I don't even know what else there was. Yahoo.
There was
Hotmail.
Yahoo. Yeah.
Now there's Gmail is dominating.
And there's like me and iCloud and like all those different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so funny back in the day. Everyone's emails.
Yeah, well, like everyone's, so your friends and my close friends are getting to know me a little better and getting to know us. Like, I guess our fans that the ones that listen to the podcast make their way over and listen to it.
Yeah, and they learn something new about us all the time.
Better. And I find when people actually do listen to it and they get to it, then they really like it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we started to pump out some more vlogs.
Oh yeah, we're doing like a vlog a week. That's the goal.
Yeah, they're shorter than like our vlogs used to be, but
they're like under 10 minutes usually.
But we're getting used to the new cinematography and stuff, and you're doing really great.
Yeah, I hope people like it. I got like 2 comments on it, like the cinematography, how they appreciate it, but hopefully they like it. It's not your traditional like hold the camera in front of you talking the whole time vlog.
No,
it's more like
if you ever get around to our wedding vlog, then that one will be more
Why
that
do you
way.
Have to bring that up? I'm just gonna do it now just to shut everyone up.
There's like every week we get super chats like requesting the wedding video.
If I do it, then the super chats will stop.
No, they will not. You gotta get that going.
Yeah, so we're trying to do a vlog a week. We just did the baby shower vlog, which was crazy.
Our baby shower was amazing.
It was It was a lot of fun, but it was like a lot of people in our house.
And hectic, yeah.
Because
how many people do you think came?
I think maybe 70. Like
I think around that too, yeah.
Yeah, maybe more. But like,
it was crazy.
Our first floor was just packed.
Rammed.
Our backyard was full.
But it wasn't uncomfortable. Like, it was, everyone was having a good time. People were chatting. It's like all good people, you know?
Everyone else had fun, but for me, what was stressful is I was trying to get footage for the vlog.
Yeah,
and it was
awkward. Food, right?
Yeah, and
I kept trying to refill all the food. I was feeling like so much pressure to get the food going.
Yeah, it was nuts how much people ate, but it was hard for me to film people because people kept staring and like looking at me like they didn't want to be filmed.
Yeah,
and I didn't know if it was cool or not because we're getting back into vlogging, so we're going through the awkward stage again of like holding the camera,
getting used to the camera,
used to it, and so that was hard for me. Like I didn't get as much as I wanted. Like we didn't get any footage of me and Jane just like
having a good time together,
or like
giving each other a kiss or something.
Yeah, something nice.
Yeah, we didn't really have any of those moments.
No, before we knew it, the night was over.
But you got one shot, and it like melted my heart. It was. Let me actually ask you. Do you know what shot I'm talking about?
The circular shot with you and what's
Logan? No, that's Peter's daughter. That's her youngest daughter.
I know what you're talking about. The shot where I was hiding kind of behind the wall.
Well, that one was just me, but me, P, Laura, and Stacy. Like, you got us at the end of the night sitting at the table just like talking. Mm. That's my crew. Like, those are my girls, you know, and you got us in a moment that was like, we were talking about it in our group chat on WhatsApp, and like that moment was just so therapeutic because we haven't been able to get together since I was 9 weeks pregnant, the four of us.
Yeah.
Because we all live like such crazy lives. And then we were finally together at 35 weeks pregnant. So like imagine how long it's been since we were able to get together. Like it was just, and you caught it on film, and I loved that. I'm so appreciative of your work for that, you know?
Yeah, because at the time, like, you guys were, like, kind of looking at me, what the heck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
Like, so creeping on the side, like taking these videos. But I've been, like, from, like, YouTube and everything I've been doing,
You're learning.
I do a lot of research. Like, I study things, and, like, so for the past while, I've been wanting to, like, kind of change the vlogs to like a music video style.
Yeah,
vlog.
and you are, and it's coming along.
Yeah,
like it's
so
working out.
I'm experimenting with different shots, different angles, and stuff like that to get better. And eventually, I want to shoot a music video, but that'll come with time and practice.
And I got to develop my talent. You know?
Exactly. Remember we wanted to like start making music, but that's like later on.
That comes with one of my first question, I think.
A lot of auto-tune.
A lot. Okay. So I'm going to come out with my first question. It wasn't going to be my first, but we're going to make it happen. Okay. So if you had to, and I think I know what it is, what would be your karaoke song?
My karaoke song?
Like if you had to choose a song.
Like that I knew all the words to?
No, they come on screen. But like, what do you think would be your most successful song for you to sing?
Oh, to sing. I think you know the answer to this. It's Mr. Big. You're contagious, I think.
You're contagious. You always do it like so good. I cannot do his voice.
I can imitate Mr. Big. If You're Contagious, look it up. It's Isley Brothers with R. Kelly.
It's so funny.
And I can do a really good impression of Isley. Is his name Isley Brothers?
I don't know.
But he's like the lead singer of the Isley Brothers, Mr. Big.
But after you do it, every song you sing, you're Mr. Big. And that's what makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah, I can do a really good impression of him. I'm not going to do it now. I kind of want to, but it's going to be bad.
But it's so funny. Yeah. Like, it's class. I love it. Okay,
I don't get to do it enough.
No, you should do it. Bust it up. Come on.
No, not right now.
Give us a little flavor on the vlog. On the podcast.
I don't have that confidence right now. Maybe in a later episode.
All right. Guys, we're going to have to keep this going. We need Mr. Big one day. Okay.
Right, what about you? What's your karaoke song?
My karaoke song is Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again.
Okay.
And the only reason is because she doesn't have a wide range. and I can stay in that range. And it's really easy for me to do it.
Yeah,
so,
that makes
and it
sense.
sounds pretty good when I do it.
Yeah.
Because she has no range. Yeah. So I'm like, this is perfect. If it was like Christina Aguilera, done.
No way. Like
Avril Lavigne, none of that.
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne goes up and down.
Wait, which one's Avril?
The French Canadian. She sings like, hey, you, I don't like your boyfriend.
Yeah, you can't. She can.
Well, like that song I can sing, but like her actual proper songs, no.
Oh, okay.
Like her poppy songs.
Right, yeah.
Isn't it crazy? She left music because she made it as a model.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like,
I just thought she disappeared.
Me too. And then I found out she was like modeling over in Europe or something crazy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay, that was my first question. Bubs, what do you got?
Mine isn't really a question. It's just kind of like we can talk about them for a while. What?
Is it about a zombie apocalypse?
No.
Okay.
No. No more of that.
Okay.
Maybe later on, but no more of that. Okay, so I want to talk about a real life superhero.
Okay.
A guy that's like, we talk about him a lot.
Yeah.
Who do you think he is?
Elon Musk?
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Okay. I knew you were going to talk about
so
him.
We can just go back and forth and talk about him a bit. And like, there's a lot of like, there's actually people that hate on him a lot.
Yeah.
Which to me is pretty crazy.
I think so too. Whenever I talk about my love for Elon Musk, because I do love him, like I think he's incredible. I'm getting really hot right now. Hold on, I gotta take my sweater off. Right. Guys, making a baby, it's like sometimes suddenly you just start sweating. It's ridiculous. Okay, but I'll talk about him to people, and then they'll say something like, like he's an idiot, and then I'll push them, and I'll be like, well, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And then their response is always, he's using his own money to fund his projects. You don't stay rich like that.
Oh my God.
And then I say, every time I say, he's not trying to be rich. He's trying to make the planet better. He's trying to save the world, essentially. He's trying to find a way for us to leave the planet even. And survive somewhere else.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And like, that's what it takes. Like NASA kind of dropped the ball on that. Like NASA has been around for a while, but like they were doing some stuff like sending rovers to Mars and stuff. But in terms of innovation and like pushing the envelope and actually trying new things, Elon like is killing it. Like he made SpaceX. Like he made the first like reusable rocket. Like this rocket can go to space.
We saw the two things land like simultaneously side by side.
Oh my God, it was beautiful. That was like a historic event. So so he launches these. He made these rockets that can go up to space. They could release a satellite or a payload or whatever it is, come back, land themselves, and then be reused over and over.
That's bananas.
Before, when NASA would launch the shuttle into space, like it would launch the shuttle and then there would be all this waste, like
so much debris too.
Yeah, all the other what are they called?
The parts
on it, would just fall to space or just super amount of waste. So he cut the cost of launching rockets into space in half, and he doubled the payload of what you can carry. So like that's just one thing he did. That's SpaceX. So there's what else did he do? Tesla, it's another thing. Electric cars.
The not only electric cars, but the what are they? Would you say autonomous?
Cars? Yeah. So like
self-driving, self-parking. Like some of them can get 350 miles per charge.
Yeah, now
I don't even know how many kilometers that is.
That's how good it's getting. 350
times 1.6. Like
it's crazy how good it's getting. And I hear the argument people say like it pollutes just as much as like a gas powered car because where you get the electricity from. Like to get electricity, they're burning coal, they're burning like garbage and stuff, and then that's where you're getting your electricity from. But as an electric car, you have the option to, because as solar power, as wind power becomes more abundant, like you can plug it into the wall and then get your power from ulterior, like
that's something else though too, because now he's come out with these shingles for roofs that look incredible. And the cost is the same as just shingling your roof with regular shingles.
Yeah, which is nuts. And a gas-powered car, you don't have that option.
No.
So that argument is just like so stupid. Like, well, it pollutes just as much as a normal car, but you have the option to plug it in, get solar roofs, and you have like this reusable energy house. Like, combining the battery pack, because you have to have a battery pack in your house, which they also do. Yeah. They sell these giant battery packs that look amazing.
Yeah, they're like flush on the wall almost.
Yeah, like flush on the wall.
Or like sometimes they can pop out if you want them to, and they're white. And
you can put them in your garage.
BMO.
Like
guys, she's arrived.
1 or 2 in your garage. You get solar roofs. And then your whole house can be self-sustaining power.
Yeah. Well, you can, or you can sell it back to the grid.
Right. You can sell it back to the grid, and then your electricity bill will be essentially nothing. Yeah. Because you sell it back and you get nothing. So imagine your house is just like, and your car is self-sustaining. That's what he's trying to push. Yes. That's the goal he's trying to push, and people are like hating on that. Yeah. So do they want it to stay the same?
It's jealousy.
What else do you want?
I know.
It's expensive, or like, like all the negative stuff.
Yeah, like, negative Nellies.
There's always negative people out there that just don't see the bigger picture. Yeah. They see like the now. And also with the Boring companies, you know about that.
Sorry, the Boring?
So that's another company he started. It's called the Boring Company.
Like BORING, like I'm bored.
I'm not sure how it's spelled, but that's that was the pun, I guess. But in LA, the traffic is insane. Like they always say like, whatever your traffic situation is, like Toronto is pretty bad, but they say it's like so much worse in LA. So he started drilling these tunnels underneath LA.
Stop it. Are you serious?
Yeah, you haven't seen these?
No.
Oh my gosh, this is another company he did. So he started drilling these holes underneath LA, and then with whatever car you have, like it kind of like, say there's a busy road. There'll be like this section on the side that you park your car in, and it lowers you, and then it launches you on these tracks.
Oh, sick.
That carries your car. It doesn't, so you don't have to use gas mileage at all. So you're on this like platform. You have to see a visual. It's hard for me to explain, but they kind of like, it's kind of like a chair lift for cars. So they go 200 miles an hour.
Wouldn't that be like a roller coaster almost?
Yeah, kind of like a roller coaster or something like that. I
would definitely get sick.
Yeah, so it'll carry you like wherever you want to go. Not wherever you want to go, but like eventually
to the next spot.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of these things, and then some people are like saying that it'll never happen. He's just all talk. He's made these custom-made drills, and they're already like, it shows it getting lowered into like this pit.
Wow.
And he already has tunnels drilled already.
That's nuts.
It's insane. Like, I gotta show you
I'd love to see that.
The visuals on it, but those are amazing. And then there's arguments of people saying that only the rich will get to use it. Like, you're creating this class system, and only the rich are gonna get to use it. But even if the rich get to use it,
still frees up space. Yeah.
So what the hell?
So who cares?
Yeah, there's less traffic.
Let the rich people use it.
Let them use it.
Take them off the road.
Exactly.
Because they also don't care when their car gets into an accident, because they can just replace it, right?
Yeah, they just replace it with another car. And
my little, Pontiac, if I get into an accident, I'm going to be sobbing.
Yeah. But there's also people that are talking about autonomous cars.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trust it. I don't trust the autonomous cars. I trust them like me or whatever. Like, they don't trust autonomous cars.
But then meanwhile, they're the people that are texting while they're driving, and they're looking down and
exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
They're texting while they're driving. The people are drinking, driving. They're like doing stupid stuff, eating. Yeah. So here's a little statistic for you. About 1.3 million people die every year from car crashes. 1.3 million people die from car crashes. That's more than cancer.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's terrible.
And then here's another little stat for you. An additional...
BMO. That one, she surprised me. BMO bit me.
Get out of here, BMO.
You're in trouble now. You're banished.
So here's another additional stat. An additional 20 to 50 million are injured or disabled.
In car accidents.
Every single year.
20 to 50 million.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So like all this
talk.
Well,
it's like my friend Frances, right?
Yeah.
Like, she got hit. She was on a motorcycle. She got hit by a car.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like injured. Like technically, I think she's considered disabled.
And then the other person died, right?
Yeah, but came back. Like died for 6 minutes.
Okay, and came back. Like so, and then autonomous cars. There's been like 2 accidents with autonomous cars, but the first one, the guy was
He used like self-driving on a street. Like you're supposed to use it on highways only.
Exactly. They don't, at this moment in time, they don't recognize stoplights or stop signs. So you're only supposed to use it on the highway.
And he was watching Harry Potter on a mini DVD player. So like that was his fault.
This guy drives a Tesla and he has a portable DVD player. Like who still has those?
Stop
Use your phone or something. Man, that was ridiculous. Yeah, so it was his own fault upon further investigation.
Yeah.
But before that, when news articles got a hold of it, they were like blasting it like, oh, it's dangerous. And then you do a little bit of research and you find out he was watching Harry Potter and using it on a side street, which you're not supposed to do.
You know what I love about those things? They'll like blast like the autonomous driving accident, and then when they figure out that it wasn't, that what they reported wasn't exactly true, they don't come out with like, oh, fake news.
Yeah, or like
they don't release that. Yeah.
we apologize for our last article. That person was disciplined, or like whatever it was like, and. The second incident happened pretty recently with Uber.
Yeah.
So as you know, like the president, you might not know, but the president of Uber, his main goal when he started the company was to eventually replace all drivers with autonomous cars.
Yes, I did know that.
Okay, yeah, you knew that, but some people might not have because the cost would go down huge.
Astronomically, yeah.
Yeah, so they're testing these
well, the cost for Uber, not the cost for the patrons.
Well, yeah, for sure. It would go down for us too.
You think so?
Yeah, it would. It would bring costs down, I think. But so they've been testing these in California in certain cities for like 6 or 7 months now. But so you can say you open the Uber app and you say you want a pickup, and then it'll be like autonomous pickup. It'll be a little cheaper, but there is a guy still in the car.
Yeah, sitting behind the wheel.
Sitting behind the wheel for now until regulations. Things get better. It gets more. So what happened recently? Someone died. Like a autonomous car hit a person, and they died. They died. Immediately, articles come out. Oh, autonomous cars are killing people, and then all the autonomous car sections of like Ford and Volvo and
pulled their production.
Pulled their testing of these, and Tesla too pulled the testing on the streets for a couple months. But doing a little bit of research in that, and the articles came out shortly after. Mm-hmm. Even if the car was driven by a human, there wasn't enough time for to stop. Yeah. Like it was the pedestrian's fault. Like the pedestrian walked out into the street and the car didn't have time and it hit the person. So even if it was like the most skilled driver, it still would have hit. Yeah. So this came out as well, but people already caught the fact that it was an automated
They jumped
car.
on the wave.
Yeah. So there's no coming back. So all those companies had to stop for a while until the smoke cleared, and then they went again. So here's 1.3 million people die every year of car accidents. So and then there was 2 minor accidents of autonomous cars.
Well, one major.
Yeah, one major accident. But come on, guys. Elon Musk is pretty cool. He's the real life Iron Man.
He is. Okay, my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to talk about us. Okay, so in podcast number 1, we talked about when we met. Now, I want to talk about when we fell in love. Okay, JB.
What?
Let's go down this road.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
You don't want to start?
You're starting.
Okay, so our coming together story is different from most people's because after we kind of started seeing each other, we spent 5 days together. And it was we were together almost every minute, right?
Yeah, because I rented an apartment and we lived
5 minutes away from each other.
What do you say? A 2-minute drive and a 15-minute walk or something?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Something like that. Away from each other. And we didn't really know. Jane lived with her parents in a room.
Because I was waiting for my condo to be built.
Right. She bought a condo. So I lived pretty close. I lived on my own. Yeah. And it was a pretty big apartment.
So then after we went on our first date, then you invited me to come over, and then I pretty much spent 5 full days with you.
Yeah.
And then what happened, JV?
So, yeah, you just kept sleeping over. I kept saying, just stay over. Like you live so close anyway. And then.
But then what happened after the 5 days?
You had a trip that you planned.
Yes, I went with one of my girlfriends, Teabag. I left to go to Europe for 2 months.
2 months.
2 months. So we were backpacking. We were doing 13 countries, and we were just going around. That's like the origins also of CJ and Go, because I would love to go everywhere and do everything. And I got JV to drive me to the airport.
Mm-hmm. And there was like a crazy storm too.
There was a huge raging storm. Yeah. And there was
Was it like a rainstorm?
Yeah, rainstorm, thunder and lightning and everything.
And usually it takes 40 minutes to get to the airport. And it took
3 hours.
3 hours?
So actually, by the time we got to the airport was the time that my plane was supposed to take off. But luckily, because the international flight, the power at the airport had gone out, so then all the flights were delayed by 3 hours.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was super lucky because I would have missed my flight, and then I would have had to actually buy a new one-way ticket.
God.
Yeah, so that would have been a crazy amount of money, but I was super lucky. Teabag was already there, so she was like, I was going to go without you, man. Mm. But it was nuts. So we spent 3 hours in the car. I was just kind of joking with him all the whole way there. And then I left, and I don't know. It was just everywhere I went that had Wi-Fi, I wanted to log in so I could message you.
Yeah, we were talking on Skype every single day, or pretty much every day.
It was WhatsApp and it was Skype.
Yeah, WhatsApp and Skype. Yeah. So as soon as I could get a webcam, I got a webcam, and we would talk.
Yeah.
And, just kind of hang out together.
Every day
through Skype for 2 months.
Yeah.
And that was hard,
and then what did I do when I was away?
What did you do?
Yeah. Do you remember?
What do you mean, what'd you do?
What did I do that was special?
Oh, you wrote me, every country you went to, you would write me
a postcard. Every big city I went to.
We should read those.
They're probably amazing.
Yeah, I should read them.
I wrote you a postcard in every major city I went to, in every country I went to.
We should read one. If we remember, I got it already.
There's 20 of them.
Yeah.
But it became this thing for me where all I wanted to do was give you a piece of my trip, and I didn't want to tell you they were coming, so I would always ask you oh, did you get a lot of mail? And you're like, I never check the mail. And I'm like, you should check your mail, trying to trick you into doing it. You're and then finally you're like, oh, I got a postcard from you.
Sometimes they would come in bunches,
yeah,
it would take so long that it would come in 2s and 3s, but still it was so nice getting those. It was awesome.
Yeah. And I remember while I was gone, you went out with Ryan. Mm-hmm. Do you remember? You guys went to a club or something?
Yeah.
And then I think either some girls were trying to hit on you, or Ryan was trying to get you to talk to girls, and you're like, no, I'm good. And then he was like, must have been a really good 5 days. So skeptical of what had begun.
And then something about those 5 days was just
so special.
Yeah, I never met anyone like you. It's never been that. Our chemistry was just
undeniable.
Instant.
Yeah.
And I didn't want you to leave. I wanted you to stay and then stay over, and the next day and the next day and the next day. It was nuts. I've never had that where I wanted the person to stay, and we just kept talking and hanging out and going on the balcony and
all the time. Yeah.
It was so cool, and I don't know. It's just, it was different than anything else.
I never experienced anything like it either.
Yeah.
It was I don't even know what to say about it. It was magnetic.
Yeah, for sure. I wish we had recorded. I don't know. I want to see.
I wish we could
times.
look back.
Yeah, it was so cool.
But it was crazy. I just I remember being so confused and then thinking is this happening too fast? What's going on? And then I left, and I think why we're together right now is because I left.
I don't think I think we would have been together anyway, but it's still
it made me want you even more. Like I wanted to be around you even more because it was gone. And I remember T-Bag saying to me the whole trip, I hope that this Justin guy is worth it.
Oh yeah, because well, like
she's like, you're gonna regret it.
Yeah,
because she's like, for pretty much like, we're in Europe, right? So she was always wanting to go like hit on dudes or like go talk to people or go party with people, and I was like, no, I'm okay. And it was
I ruined her trip.
Yeah. But I think now she totally gets it. Like she's in love, like we're in love, right? So now she kind of gets it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it was man, it was something almost unexplainable.
Mm-hmm. It was an instant attraction. And then when you came back, it was like I remember picking you up from the airport being so happy.
It was really nice.
And then you pretty much moved in, right?
Yeah. Well, you picked me up from the airport and I went straight to your house. And then there was like...
I didn't take you to your place?
Maybe we went to my house and dropped off my suitcase.
Yeah.
And I said hello to my parents and then I went to your house. And then I think there was like... I came back on Labor Day, so I had to go to work the next day.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I remember, like there was only one day, gosh, it was like end of September, where you told me you just wanted a night without me. And I remember I went home and I was crying. And it was like we had basically just spent a month together. And I was crying because I'm like, why does he want to be with me?
I think it was just like, for me, maybe it might have been, it hit me where it's like, this is happening so fast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just need like a day to just reassess and be like, okay, what's happening? Like, let me just figure this out.
Yeah. And then in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna message him. I'm not gonna call him. And then you called me, I think the next morning, and you were like, do you want to come over? And I'm like, I don't know. I think I have stuff to do. And you're like, please. And then I came over, and then, God, that was 5 years ago.
Yep, and you never left. I hope chained you up to them.
Yeah, but it was one of those things,
Yeah, man. What a journey it's been.
It was crazy. Do you remember our first kiss?
Oh my, yeah, on the couch.
Yeah. It was, I have to tell you, it was not a good first kiss. It was pretty bad. Because I had driven you and Mike back to your apartment. Like Mike is one of JV's friends, but I drove them back to his apartment, and I came up and we were sitting there, and then it was like getting late and we were watching like YouTube videos or something, and then suddenly JV like just out of nowhere like leans over to kiss me, and I'm like, what are you doing? Because Mike was sitting right there, and I'm like, this is so weird. And you're like, it's okay, he's sleeping. And I'm like, he's not sleeping. And then I looked, and then he started snoring. And then JV goes to kiss me, and I'm like, this is so bad. Like,
why?
This guy's over here snoring, and you want to give me a kiss? Like,
oh, you wanted it to be like a special
yeah.
It
was like,
I think I was drinking.
You were pretty drunk, is what you were.
Yeah, and then I wasn't really thinking. And
yeah, you just thought about you wanted to give me a kiss.
Yep.
But it was so funny. Yeah. And then I think the next day we had like a proper better kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was pretty funny. I'll never forget that. The first kiss, we're sitting on the couch beside each other. Mike's on the other couch snoring. And you're like, come on.
I'm drunk.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. Man. Yeah.
Oh, you kissed me back. So.
I did. Well, who wouldn't? Look at this face. I hope that they can hear me rubbing your beard. Yeah, so that was like our origin story of how we fell in love.
Yeah.
When did you know that you loved me, Pickle?
We said it to each other.
We did. We didn't want to say it while I was in Europe.
We like message.
I know. We felt it, but we said, you're like, I want to say something to you. And I was like, I want to say something to you too.
Oh my gosh.
And then it was like, let's wait until I get home. And you're like, yeah, let's wait. And then I was in Paris and I had a lot of champagne. And I found Wi-Fi. I think we were by the Eiffel Tower. And I started messaging you and you were messaging me back like instantly. Mm-hmm. And then I said, just out of the blue, I was like, I love you. And then you wrote back, I love you too. And all these exclamation marks. Oh, so cute. I screenshot it.
Oh, man. Do you still have that? Yeah,
maybe not. My laptop died, remember?
Oh, shoot. Did we post it somewhere? Facebook,
no.
maybe?
It was iPhone screenshot.
Yeah.
But it was on my black MacBook.
It might be I don't know. I'll dig around. I might find it. But I remember that.
Yeah. That was our love origin.
Yeah, man. Okay. You got any more questions?
I have 2 pages of questions, buddy, but it's your turn.
No, I was gonna go off on Elon for a while, but we kind of ended early.
Sorry, I wanted to talk about us.
Okay.
I'm narcissistic. Okay. I want to talk about. Okay, this is kind of a big topic. But I think it's important, and it might take you a while for you to kind of come up with an answer. But what 3 events made the biggest impact on who you are today?
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It is huge.
3 events.
3 events in your life that made the biggest impact on who you are today.
Okay, I think discovering, I don't know who gave it to. Probably my mom, most likely, gave me the VHS to Star Wars A New Hope.
Okay.
So watching, that was my first introduction to sci-fi with like space and fantasy and technology and all that stuff. That was like my first taste of it.
And you loved it.
I don't remember anything before that. So yeah, that was the first, and I just loved it. I would watch it over and over and over because that was my only. You couldn't research stuff. You couldn't go online and check out like videos of cool stuff. Like you have to go to the library.
That you can today.
Yeah, so that really helped define like my whole way of thinking and like looking up at the stars and thinking that there's more and just being like embracing like being a nerd. Back then it wasn't really nerdy.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know.
Just regular back then.
Yeah, it was regular. But yeah, the whole Star Wars phenomenon, I caught that. And so that was one.
Did I do one or do you want to go?
Yeah, you do one. I got to think of another one.
Okay, so for me, one that stands out the most, it was when my track coach passed away. So his name was Charlie, and he got cancer earlier. Like he got lymphoma, and I just like I knew that you could die from it, right? But I never thought that Charlie would die. And I think like he had reached out to me and said, "Hey Jane, come see me. Like I want to talk to you. I want to see you." And I was putting it off. And I'm like, "Yeah, Charlie, don't worry. Like I'm going to come visit you. I work 5 minutes away from where you live."
And you were pretty big into track. Like
I was
trained your whole life.
Yeah, like track was the love of my life.
Scouts looking at you.
Well, this is later. This is in my 20s.
Yeah, I know, but just give a little background of.
Yeah, so I was big into track. I loved it. It was my whole life, but this is like early, like whatever, right? So, it was like I call it the selfish part of my life. So I like to think that now is not the selfish part of my life, but in my early 20s, I was extremely selfish. And so I didn't make time to go see him. And then I remember waking up one morning, and normally I listened to the radio on the way to work. And then that day I was just like, nah, like I don't want to hear the same songs. I don't want anything. Like, so I put on a CD and I listened to the CD all the way to work. And then at work, I was super busy. I didn't get to go on the computer that day. I didn't get to do anything. And then on the way home, same thing. I think I put on my iPod or something. And the significance of that part of the story was that he was such a legendary track and field coach that it was on the radio that he had died.
He was also Ben Johnson's track coach.
Yes. So I got home and my phone rang and I knew my dad was away for work, right? So I picked up the phone and I remember I had a red BlackBerry because I remember looking at it and thinking like, that's so weird. Like my dad's calling me. So I answered and he said, Jane. And my heart fell into my stomach because he doesn't call me Jane. Like he calls me Jamsy or like maggot or like other horrible things, you know, but he said Jane. And I said, what's wrong? And he said, Charlie died. And I swear to God, it felt like, oh no, I'm going to cry. It felt like the walls were falling, you know? And I think that kind of got me out of the selfish stage of life because then I realized, you know, you have to do something in the moment. You have to seize the moment because everything can be taken from you, like even your life. And he was my friend. He was my coach, but he was my friend. And he never got to meet you. He's never going to meet our daughter. Like, it's just, you know, and he let me into his life. Like, I became friends with his wife and his son, and I think that they're amazing people still. And yeah, I think as a person, it profoundly changed me when he died. And yeah, I'll never forget the impact that it had. And then just, I swear every part of me that had been so selfish and put things off because I needed to do something else because I had more important things to do, that just went away, you know? And that's like, I'd say one of the biggest things that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was crazy because I had lost like family members before and stuff, right? But it didn't have the same impact as Charlie. Yeah. And, you know, Justin, he said, like, you're a great partner for me. Like, you're the best because you understand like what Charlie and Angie mean to me. And you're letting us honor him with our little girl's name.
Yeah, for sure.
So his name was Charlie and the female version is Charlotte. So we're naming our little girl Charlotte in honor of this man who meant the world to me. Yeah, and I so appreciate that. Yeah, mine was kind of tragic.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me your second thing.
So now everybody, it's officially out now. You've probably heard before, but
I mean, it was all over the vlog too.
Charlotte's her name, and now you know why. She's honor of Charlie.
Charlie, yeah. So she's Charlotte Francis is her middle name. And and then she has now it's our last name, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's in honor of a person who just like he never stopped believing in me. There was points when I stopped believing in myself in terms of track and field, and I wanted to give up. And he and Angie would just not let me give up. Because they saw something in me, and I'll always appreciate both of them for that. Yeah. Okay, baby, go on. Yours.
Okay, my turn. Man, so nothing's gonna come close to that. But I'm just trying to picture the defining moments. Yeah, as you said, that happened in my life, and I never really even thought of these before this moment.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, my uncle, my dad's half brother. He was kind of like maybe 5 or 7 years older than us. So he wasn't. So the age difference wasn't that.
Dad's kid brother.
Yeah, age difference wasn't that far off. So when I would go to my grandmother's house, he lived there, and in this room, in this like computer room, he had this old, like a really old computer. And for me, I never even saw a computer. I didn't know what it was. No, I didn't. That was before I had a gaming console, anything like that. So he would have these games. He would have these floppy disks, not the small.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Not the small,
the black ones.
Floppy disks, the big black ones.
Yeah.
The big, actually floppy. When you flop them, they were big.
I had Pac-Man on a floppy disk.
Yeah, because people think that there's the smaller. Hard ones were floppy disks.
Those are not floppy disks. Those were mini disks.
Yeah, so I'm talking about the old school, really, and you put it in, you turn the crank to lock it in place. So he would bring me in there, and then he would put the disc in, and like he would have DOS, and like he would have to write some it looked like code to get the game to work.
Holy.
I think it was even before Windows, but I don't know if. Okay, I'm pretty sure all that stuff was around, but he just didn't have it yet. He had an older computer, but all that stuff was around. So this was my first introductory into like computers and like figuring them out, how to work them, how to get something to work when it's not just clear on what to do.
Yeah.
And like my problem solving thinking and being interested in this machine that can do so much more and I don't know, just seeing that really affected me. And then my interest in computers just bloomed from that, just being like, what are these machines? I want to learn how they work. I want to learn what I can do with them, how I can use them. And then soon after that, my dad got a computer for his office, and then I would always go on his computer and like tinker around with it and look at stuff and figure out how stuff works. So that really helped me where we are now. Like earlier we were watching a podcast on TV, Rhett and Link's podcast. They have to use a mixer and then I was doing research on this too a couple of weeks ago, how to get two mics to work. This is just one example. So you have to buy a separate mixer, and plug both mics in, and you plug that into the computer. I don't have a mixer. So I figured out how to figured out how to get two mics working without a mixer, with just a laptop and a program. Like things like that, I don't think I would have been able to figure stuff out like that if it wasn't for my uncle and his old school, I forget what it was called, maybe a Commodore 16 or something like that, some old school computer that sparked that part of me. So yeah, that's another moment.
That's pretty cool. My second moment, that I guess, what word did I use here? 3 events that made the biggest impact on your life today. I guess my next one would be, I know it's cheesy, but it would be meeting you as an adult, because 5 years ago, I was not a married, soon to be mom, house owner. I had bought a condo, but owning a home, I feel like when me and you got together, I really separated from my parents.
This is one of mine too, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I stole it? Yeah, are you just piggybacking?
No, it is. It really is.
Yeah, because it also changed me in strange ways. Hi, baby. Please don't bite me again. BMO's back. It changed me in ways where I got to own a pet. And it was something I didn't think I'd ever get to do. And it was, if I had been living alone in the condo, I don't think I would have done it, because I don't think I would have understood how, I wouldn't have been brave enough.
I think when we met, your personality was, you didn't know you can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
For me, there's some things that you excelled in and you were great in, and there's other things.
School.
Yeah, but there was other things I had to kind of like Jane, you could do this. You can do whatever you want. You live your own person. You could figure out how to do that. And
let's be honest. The only 2 things that I was confident in were school and sports.
Yeah.
That's really realistically, I wasn't even confident in my cooking. I wasn't confident in anything, right?
Yeah, and I would push you to cook. I'd push you to learn how to cook and look up recipes. And if you didn't know how to do something, to figure it out. I was constantly, and when you would ask me to do something, Justin, come do this for me, I'd be like, no. I'll
really piss me off.
I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not just gonna just completely do if you try to do it and you can't do it for some reason, then I'll do it, but I'll have you there looking to so you can learn how to do it. Can I
remind you of something funny? So you the first time I wanted to use your magic bullet, oh my God, I wanted to make us margaritas, and I'd never used a magic bullet before, and I asked you how, and you're like, it's so easy, you'll figure it out. And so then I took the margarita thingy in the cup.
Okay, so there's a cup.
A cup, and you're supposed to screw in the blades,
and then
it seals it tight, so it makes it so that no liquid will come out. And then you put it into the machine.
Yeah, and then it spins the blades and it mixes the whole thing.
So in JV's world, it would never occur to him that someone wouldn't know to screw in the blades.
Because there's 3 pieces. There's the cup, the blades, and the machine. That's
so I poured the stuff into the cup, and then I put the cup onto the machine, the part that plugs into the wall,
with the motor and everything, without the blades.
And then I tried to turn it on.
And then you flipped it upside down.
Yeah, and then it all started to spill out, and I tried to turn it on, and Justin's like, "What are you doing?" Like screaming, and he's like, "You could have been electrocuted," and I just started crying. And I'm like, "You said I would be able to figure it out." They're crying, and
because
it set my confidence back a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I was like, there's no way anyone cannot figure this out, because it's 3 pieces. You screw it on top, and you just put the open cup on top of the machine. And
I didn't know.
I know, but that was like, then I was like, okay.
You're like, she's an idiot.
No, not an idiot, but I gotta like
break things down a bit more. Because I think
confident.
Like I was confident traveling. I was confident playing any sport, and I was confident in anything in school, right?
But maybe at home your parents didn't let you do things like, don't touch that, I'll do it.
No, it was more like, don't go in the kitchen.
And
it was like, or if I made food, it was like I would make toast or a grilled cheese or something like that.
But when you lived with me, you expanded everything, cooking, you're trying different foods. And I remember another example is the wallpaper that you put up in the condo. So
I watched an episode of Property Brothers, and I fell in love with this wallpaper.
This wallpaper, and then she wanted me to do it, and I'm like, Jane, I could do it. I could figure it out and learn how to do it and do it myself. But you love this wallpaper and you want it up. I'm like, if you figure out how to do it and you put it up, you'll have this sense of satisfaction every time you see it. That's just like undescribable.
And at first I was so mad at you because I wanted you to do it.
You were so mad, and I'm like, Jane, let's look up some videos together, and then I'll be with you at first, and then you put it up. You did all that. You put it up yourself, and then every time someone came over, she'd be like, "I put up the wallpaper."
Like, come in and check out the wallpaper I put up.
Because it was perfect. There wasn't any flaws.
And it was
or anything.
beautiful.
Yeah, and it was so nice. And I'm like, Jane, see, like, it's like when I have to put in a new sink or install a light switch or a new light fixture. You feel great. Like, I did that. Now I felt it was important for you to get that part, because I've seen other people where like the husband will just do all everything. The handy stuff, and then the wife is like,
it's good because
I don't know how to do it, or like I don't.
Normally, I would say now I don't need you for a lot of things, but right now, like I can't, like my hands get swollen. Like I retain water different times in the day, so now I can't even open jars sometimes.
No, not
and like, I'm like now, super pregnant.
Yeah,
right?
Now it's different, but
I would say like in terms of in life, there's so many things that I can do that I couldn't do before we got together. So you did profoundly change me.
Yeah, and like there's nothing that kind of pisses me off more when something needs to be done, and then with like another, if I see it, like say like during like say we're moving furniture or something, or we're moving our house and you're moving boxes and stuff, and there'll be like a girl that's there that's not doing anything.
It'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, and then it's just like, come on. Like,
meanwhile, I'm like, and you think about even my crew. Like, remember when we moved, Peter Gay and Adrian?
They all helped.
Like, and they were like, Amazing. Yeah. Poor Adrian is just covered in sweat. Yeah. She's so skinny, right? She's carrying all these boxes, and then like PETA, my little 5'0" bestie, she's so cute. She's like trying to hold boxes over her head. And it was just like, like, God, I love that. I love strong women.
Yeah, just confidence and like
so you did help build my confidence.
For sure. And you helped me in other ways too, like huge.
So this is your third now. Do you want to go on? This is your final one.
I'm running out of time, but yeah.
We can get this because you have to do your third, and then I have to do my third.
Wait, you didn't? This wasn't.
That was my second.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is your final one.
So yeah, meeting you.
But how did it profoundly impact your life, Bubs? Go into it. Give us the details.
Oh man, how did it profoundly impact my life?
Well, you said it was one of the things that impacted your life the most. It made you who you are today.
I was gonna say something else. Like okay.
You don't have to say it's me.
It is you though. That's okay. You want me to say 4 things?
You can do 4 if you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 3, but you're allowed to do 4.
Okay, so meeting you, obviously, it's kind of obvious though. Meeting you was a huge change in my life, because before I was like, probably going down a certain path of just like, I guess, man, it was a lot of like partying and drinking. Mm-hmm. That was like my past. Yeah. And then when I met you, I kind of like pulled you into that a little bit.
For a little while, yeah.
Yeah, and then we together, just seeing what we can accomplish together, we kind of pulled ourselves out of it, and then just started excelling at pretty much like anything we did together. Yeah. Especially with YouTube, like when we started to do YouTube and get serious. When
we started to take it more seriously.
Yeah, then we kind of like, just everything just came together. Like, we were already doing good, but then when we started working together and then having a certain goal and knowing that, like, we want to build this to something huge, and we started talking about getting into real estate and building this huge empire and having our families taken care of and taking care of our kids, and just this whole partnership happening. Yeah. This partnership mentality. First,
it really changed us.
Yeah, when I was younger, I kind of thought of a girlfriend as just like a separate thing. Like she has her business, I have mine, but we're together. But now it's like the longer we were dating, it's like this isn't just a separate person. Like we're a team. We're one unit, and
I think that's what makes a successful marriage too. Like operating as a team.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not 2 individual people.
Yeah, there's no like I have my world and you have your world. Like,
where did you get those speakers? They're mine.
Yeah. What the heck? Well, you had that when we first started dating, because you said your siblings
they used to steal my stuff.
The one time I asked, there was these speakers that were just like in a box or something. I was like, "Where'd you get these speakers?" And Jane yells, "They're mine!" Like, whoa, just asking. Yeah.
Because they used to always take my stuff.
Yeah.
It drove me crazy. And then they would never give it back. Even like Shayna stole my niece. She stole my hair straightener, like $300 hair straightener, and then pretended that she didn't. And it was like, dude, like that's mine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never got it back, Shayna. Yeah. So that changed your life. But what was going to be your other thing that you were going to say? You said you had 4.
I kind of touched on it earlier a little bit. Just like, I guess, the first time seeing Casey Neistat's videos. Yeah. Like, I was over at Eric's house, and he's like, let me show you this cool vlog. I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, just watch this. It was the vlog with him and his son. They break into this like
water park. Yeah, I've seen that.
That was my first Casey video I watched, and then after seeing that,
and they see bugs there.
Yeah, and they saw bugs, and it was gross. Yeah. But it was a really cool video, and it was so well done that I was like, people can make this. Like, who is this guy? Oh, he was a filmmaker, but still, like, he has a camera, he can make it, and just put it on YouTube. And that was kind of like the first taste of like, wow, like YouTube is a thing. Before that, I never even thought of it. I was like, I gotta be an electrician, I gotta work this job, I gotta get a 9 to 5. But like, that was my first like maybe I can do this. And then we spent like many days and months and years talking about YouTube and how we can like make a channel. Like me and my friend Eric would talk about that a lot. And then later on when I met you, it became just kept evolving.
Yeah. My final one, my third. So my first one was when Charlie died. My second one was meeting you. And my third one is actually like severely recent. Like, it was getting pregnant. I never thought that would change me or like impact my life in any way. But, my gosh, it's like, and I think it'll be different for you when she's here. But for me now, I know I'm a mom. I can feel her all the time. I can feel her react to things. I can, I laugh at her when she has hiccups and, her and BMO scrapping through my belly. It's like hilarious. But I feel changed because I can tell, this sounds so weird coming out, but I can tell that she loves me. And she's not even here yet. It's so surreal. It's indescribable. Like sometimes I know she's like pushing off it feels like my spine and trying to push her back out. But I can wrap my hand around her back on my belly. And I'm like, you want me to hold you. Like, this is what you're doing. So then I'll hold her and I'll like rub her back until she goes back to like sitting inside. And it changed me as a person, yes. But it changed me as like a teacher, because I've always taught health. I'm a phys ed teacher, right? And I've always kind of taught about reproduction, like that kind of thing. But it never meant anything to me. And then this year teaching it, like, especially like with the grade 11s, and we were talking about like the stages of development. And there was like a certain week where it said that the baby will react to light. So then the kids in the class were like, Miss, let's test this out and see if this is real. So then they turned off the lights, and one of them got their cell phone and put on the flashlight and was flashing it around my belly. And then the baby started to move, and they cool. saw it, and they were like losing their mind. And I was like, even I was like, this is so cool. And actual experiments. Yeah. So it's like lessons that I'm sure they'll never forget and I'll never forget. And it's just like now I think that I'm not someone teaching something that I read in a book and I know about. Like, I'm teaching from life experience.
Yeah, firsthand now.
Yeah, and it was so funny because they were all concerned that if I left before I had the baby, like, how would they know what happens in labor? And I said,
subscribe to my
I
YouTube
don't know.
channel.
Yeah, like, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I am sure, like, for you, it'll be different. It'll be when she's out because
for me right now, it's like, I know things are different, but it's not like I'm carrying the baby. Like, I can't, I can see you, I can help you. Like,
and you can feel her sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not like when she's here, I guarantee, everything's going to change when she's here.
Yeah.
And, it's You're also said too, like fathers kind of don't have that connection yet, because she's not in me. Like, I can't feel her. But
like the whole time I've been talking about her, she's been moving. And it's, I don't know. I wish that you could feel it for a minute. I know sometimes I get really upset because it hurts.
Yeah, she hurts you.
But at the same time, I think it's so cool to just like go through it.
Yeah. Yeah, guys won't have that.
No, you'll never get that. And
never get that.
Well, I mean, they have these, like, apparently these, like, those Dr. Ho pads or whatever. You can apparently put on you to feel, like...
Yeah, to feel labor, though. I'm not talking about labor. I'm talking about just,
forget labor. You want to feel, like, what it's like to have this human floating in you.
Like, you have this super special bond with her now.
Yeah.
But since YouTube now, I can work from home.
Yeah.
So when you go back to work, then I'll have a little bit of time to catch up and, like, hang out with her.
She better still love me. It's like, well, you know what? I was so worried that when you started working from home and I was at work, I was so scared that BMO would switch over to loving you more.
No way.
But
no way, man. She does, like, she'll chill with me during editing. Like, she'll oversee the editing process. Like, she'll sit on my lap and hang out with me, and like, or she'll sit behind me on the couch. But when you come home, she follows you everywhere you go.
I can't even go to the bathroom. If I go to the bathroom, she sits on my lap.
It's so strange. She's like so needy. I don't get it.
Yeah, and she puts me to sleep constantly. Like, she'll just start purring, like, get on my chest, and I'm like, BMO, I gotta do work, and then I'm like conked out because she. Like,
we'll play together. Like, we're like kind of. Like, she's my play buddy. Like, I'll run around with her and she'll chase me down.
We don't really play.
Yeah, me and her play like throughout the day and stuff. Like, I'll set aside like 2 or 5 minutes just to play with her, and then because I know she's alone. Like, she's an only cat.
She's an only child. Yeah.
And she doesn't go outside. Oh, no, she comes.
She heard us talking about her.
But that's time, guys. We're at an hour. Man, it flew by again.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what did you learn about me today, baby? What's the number one thing you learned about me?
What did I learn? I kind of knew all that stuff. What did I learn? I don't think
you're not taking away anything today.
But you didn't mention anything new.
Okay.
In terms of us.
Yeah.
I mentioned a couple new things.
Yeah, you did.
What?
I love the thing about that Star Wars profoundly changed your life.
Yeah, it did.
I think that's pretty cool.
I guess you could think of it in different ways. Like, okay, obviously you changed my life, and obviously like having a baby, but I was just thinking of like back before, maybe like the first time you thought about doing track, like that might have been the moment where I told you how I started in track, right? No, I guess we'll do that next time.
Okay, because that story is like almost pathetic. It's hilarious.
We'll do it next time. Maybe we'll talk about our athletic history, because we're both athletes.
Yeah.
Prior to, I don't know.
I'm going to write that down. Athletic history.
And guys, leave questions that you want us to ask in the comments, because we keep asking you to, and I think you guys forget, or you don't make it this far.
Actually, there's something else I want to say too. We got a lot of messages after the horrific events happened in Toronto.
Was it a terrorist attack, or was it just some
they haven't actually said anything yet. Like, they're pretty sure that he's suffering from some kind of mental health issues, especially when he was pretending that his cell phone was a gun.
He wanted the cop to kill him.
He kept saying, "Shoot me in the head, kill me." But
coward. If you want to die, just kill yourself. Don't kill other people.
I know. But so many people reached out to us because they were scared that something happened to us. Yeah. And truthfully, like, where we live now is pretty far away from where it happened, but where we used to live was pretty close. Yeah. Like 5 intersections away or something like that. Mm-hmm. So we so appreciate the love from you guys, and we're okay.
We're good. Thanks. That was a surprise seeing those comments.
It was pretty nice that, like, to feel loved like that. And when something like that happens in your city, it's terrible. It's terrifying. It's scary.
It's a crazy tragedy. Like, stuff like that doesn't usually happen in Toronto. Like,
in Canada in general.
In Canada, it's like such a weird thing to happen. Like, why would you ever?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Well, man. I think I posted something on my Facebook. The video of the police officer with the accused, and the police officer did not shoot him. And there were so many moments where I kept thinking in my head, if I was him, could I have been that brave? Mm-hmm. And I don't know. Like, the police officer just held it together so beautifully. And we see so many videos all the time of officers just shooting.
Yeah, just tearing it off, just like emptying a clip.
Yeah, and we
even saw that one time in Toronto, like a couple years ago, with that kid on the streetcar. Yeah. That one cop just unloaded on him, and the other cops were like, "What are you doing?" Like, it showed video of them like, "What the hell are you doing?" And they like grabbed the other cop because he just went crazy.
Yes, and that sometimes can happen, but I was just so grateful to this police officer that did not shoot this guy, because now he has to face what he's done.
Yeah, and that's way worse than just like
so much worse.
Because the guy wanted to die and not deal with the consequences of what he did, or like the mental anguish he's gonna have to deal with now.
Like all these
look how many innocent people you
10
killed.
People are dead and 16 are injured severely. Man. Yeah, so I just want to give a shout out to that police officer that did not shoot him.
Man. He's a real life superhero, that guy.
Brave, way more brave than me, because watching the video, I was scared.
He was all alone on the street.
Did you see, like, he turned off his siren so there was less noise?
Yeah.
And it was just surreal to watch the video.
Man. Yeah, go check out that video.
Yeah, but big shout outs to the Toronto police for like handling that situation.
Yeah, especially that officer.
That one particular officer that had the gun drawn.
Yeah. Sorry to end off on a bit of a sad note.
I think that was important though, right? Because it was like they had sent us so many questions and stuff, and I really appreciated that. And we are safe, so you guys know. And thank you so much for all the love.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So podcast number 6 next time.
If you haven't yet, if you're watching this on YouTube, go to your podcast app on your phone. Go to iTunes, search the CJ and Go TV podcast. Go to if you have Android, go to the Google Play Store, search any podcast app, and then search CJ and Go TV. Subscribe to us, follow us. It's totally free. You can listen to us at work, on the way to work, cleaning the house. I know your best friend listened to us at work today.
Peter.
And also, if it's easier, the link to SoundCloud, you can listen to us on SoundCloud too. If you already have that installed, or you don't even need to have it installed, just links are down below. Click that link, listen to the podcast. That helps out a lot. And if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment, anything you want. Ask questions, go crazy down there, because the more comments and like the video, the more people see the podcast. Yeah. We're just trying to grow this podcast family a little bit more. We are. Because our reaction videos get a lot of love. But our podcast videos, not yet, but it will, I think. If more people listen, they get hooked. Definitely.
Yeah, and then I think next time we should also talk about the shower, because we only touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about the shower.
Yeah.
And
get to know the impending arrival of our daughter.
Yeah, it's coming any day now.
She will be here. Yeah.
All right. So see you guys next Thursday. If you're listening to it, every single Thursday, if you're listening to it, if you're watching it kind of comes out on the weekend or maybe a couple of days after.
Whenever JV has time.
Yeah, and I remember. But if you want it exactly on Thursday, every single time, go download it and listen to it. That's where, every single Thursday. Consistent. Awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Catch you next time. We're out of here. Peace. If you like that video and you want to see more, go ahead and click that square button.
And if you want to subscribe, click that circle button.
Thanks for being part of Team Go.